Yeah, the way I would describe this is there's mutual intrigue on both sides. And also, I know there's this whole thing about asking for permission. You don't ask for permission to hire another team's coach. They can negotiate a trade. And we have seen a handful of trades of coaches over the last 15 to 18 years, including Jason Kidd being traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Milwaukee Bucks for 2 second-round picks 11 years ago. So it's not like Jason Kidd hasn't been in this situation before.
Guys, we got a massive report this morning for the New York Knicks. There is mutual interest between us and Jason Kidd to be the next coach of the team. I think Jason Kidd, with just his IQ, he's one of the best point guards of all time. I think he would come in here and really transform the Knicks. I think he's the missing piece. I mean, I think Jason Kidd legitimately would put the Knicks over the top because of his relationship with Brunson specifically, but just the players in general. Guys are going to listen to him. They're going to compete. They're going to scrap. And they just didn't do that for Tibbs. Like, I respect Tom Thibodeau. I respect the hell out of him. He knows the game of basketball, especially defensively. But it just didn't seem like he had that close relationship with the players like a Jason Kidd would, or a Mark Jackson, or someone like a Michael Malone even. So the Knicks, they can't mess this up, because Giannis would be great, Kevin Durant would be great, but what really is going to help the Knicks win a title is going to be the decision that they make at coach. They cannot mess this up, and I'm extremely excited to see who that's going to end up being. But in terms of Jason Kidd, it's easy to see why he's the Knicks' first choice, why they're being so aggressive to go get him. He just embodies what it takes to be the coach of the Knicks, being around them, having played, the relationship with these guys. And of course, the Mavs are a year away removed from the Western Conference Finals, and albeit they had Luka Doncic, but still, Jason Kidd's been in that moment. Jalen Brunson went from a second-round pick to an absolute all-star type of player being developed by Kidd. He helped get him paid, and I just cannot wait to see the Knicks go out and try to get Jason Kidd within the next week, man. I'm just super pumped, super excited for it. You guys got to let me know your thoughts down below on Jason Kidd. Would you like to see him be the next coach? From who I've spoken to that watches my videos, it seems like just about everyone is on board for Jason Kidd. I think this is the right decision. I think it's legitimately the only decision. I mean, Michael Malone would be great. Budenholzer would be good. But like Jason Kidd, just the relationship he would have with the guys, I mean, he would legitimately be an on-court coach just because he's played the game at the highest level. And he's going to be able to construct a system that works and that keeps Brunson and Cat healthy, uses the bench more. The development of some of these younger guys like Tyler Kolek, Become Daddy, Erlich Porty would be super fun under Jason Kidd. Now, there are a couple of things to note here. One is that Kidd was not happy with how he had to be the spokesperson for the Luka Doncic trade. Another thing is that Kidd and his family are settled in Dallas, so that's something to monitor. Is Kidd going to come all the way to New York when his family seems to be comfortable there? Of course, they're getting Cooper Flag. We get that. But I think the biggest thing here is the opportunity to come and coach the Knicks. This is a team that is really a coach away from a championship. I think if the Knicks had a better coach in the playoffs, they'd be in the finals right now competing with the OKC Thunder. It's just the fact that adjustments weren't made and players were unhappy. There were multiple players on the Knicks who came out and said that if Tibbs was back, that they were out. So clearly the Knicks had to make a decision. They had their internal meetings, of course, last week, and they decided it'd be best for the franchise moving forward to let go of Tibbs, and now their eyes are on Jason Kidd. Now, it's easy to see why. I mean, he's already played for the Knicks. He's played for the Nets. He's been around the city. Of course, he has a good relationship with Jalen Brunson and several other players on this team. Brunson was a rookie with Kidd, and you look at when Luka got injured, Brunson's numbers went up. He helped them, of course, in the West, in the playoffs. And then now here he is as a top 10 player, at least in my opinion, in the game, got paid. So bringing back Kidd and Brunson, they've already got that familiarity together. Of course, Kidd as well had the Mavs in the finals a year ago. This past season, given all the injuries, they still made the play-in. AD got hurt, which didn't help. But I think that's the biggest thing is Kyrie Irving's, 33 years old, coming off of a torn ACL, so he's going to miss some of next season. Anthony Davis is in his early 30s, and he can't stay healthy. And then, yeah, Cooper Flag, I get, is one of the best prospects we've seen in a while, but he's still a rookie. And, like, who's to say that we're not going to see a Warrior situation where Kidd builds up the Mavericks around Flag? Of course, the Warriors had Steph, and then he ends up getting fired, and a new coach comes in and kind of wins. So I think Kidd coming to New York makes sense for both sides. The Knicks are a way better team than the Mavericks. Yeah, like if the Mavs are fully healthy, I mean, even if the Mavs are fully healthy, they're not beating us. But I mean, if they're fully healthy, they're going to be really tough to bring down. but they're not going to be fully healthy. So I think that's one thing. Like trading Luka, I mean, that was ridiculous, and they got bailed out by getting flagged. They had like a 0.5% chance or something like that, or 4% chance to get that number one pick, which they did. But I look at the current state of the Knicks roster, and it's just a very veteran heavy team, but it's not 33-year-olds. I mean, Brunson, Cat, I mean, they're in their later 20s. Josh Hart, same thing. I mean, he's about 30 years old, and Mikal Bridges is, I think, like 27 years old. So there's still a couple of years of a window. And given that it's the Knicks, I mean, they're always going to be a free agent destination. They're going to have a lot of money. They're going to be willing to spend it. And Cat, he's going to get extended. Mikal is going to get extended. Unless we go get Giannis, then somebody's going to have to go, obviously. OG's under contract. Mitch needs a new contract next season. And there's going to be a lot of potential to bring in some free agents, guys that are going to want to come in and get championships. Like, we might end up getting Chris Paul at the back end of our bench and Al Horford, or maybe Steven Adams, like someone like that. Like, guys are going to come here in New York and try to compete, because, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, the Garden it's the most electric arena in basketball. And the Knicks, I mean, this is the best they've been in half a century. So I'm excited about that. And I will say, from the report, is that it was also stated in the article that the Knicks are looking at other coaches very in depth. They're not just going all out for Kidd. They're going to look at a Johnny Bryant, and they're going to look at a Mike Budenholzer and a Michael Malone to see what they could bring to the table. So that's what I like to see, is there's a lot of options here. You see sometimes teams just go after two or three guys, but the Knicks, they're looking at several candidates, and I'm excited about that. So even if the Knicks don't get Jason Kidd, because Cooper Flagg is going to meet with the Mavs next week, and the Mavs do want a decision on Kidd by then. So we'll know within the next week if Kidd's going to be the head coach of the Knicks. If he isn't, I think there's several other candidates that would be just fine. But the biggest thing here is replacing Tom Thibodeau, because as flawed as Thib was, he was still a really good coach. I mean, the Knicks were making the playoffs, back-to-back 50-win seasons. They got to the conference finals. And before Tibbs had gotten here, the Knicks couldn't even make the playoffs. I mean, 17 wins, 21 wins, and all of a sudden, every year but one, Tibbs was here. He was able to get it done. But also, lack of depth, starting Alec Burks over Emmanuel Quickley for a full season, not making adjustments. The defense was absolutely horrific. I get Brunson and Cat certainly didn't help it. But Tibbs, he should have had an answer to be able to scheme around that, to at least challenge. And I think what he could have done was just to use less of Brunson and Cat together. We saw when Brunson was out there, Cat wasn't. The defense was really good. When Cat was out there and Brunson wasn't, the defense was elite. So the Knicks should have had just several different lineups out there to be able to compete, and gone to Deuce Moore and Shamet and DeLon Wright and just pressured on the ball. Even just pressuring on the ball would have gone a long way. I don't know what the heck happened, man, in the playoffs and in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks, even in the whole playoffs, I mean, I don't think the Knicks were even close to their best. Like the Pistons, Brunson had to hit a game winner in a game 6. And then the Celtics series, they were up 20 every game but one. So, I mean, the Knicks they've got to be more consistent. They've got to adapt and adjust. And I'm hoping that the new coach can do that.